I was a true entrepreneur. I was self-employed. I was investing in myself. I come down to Florida, and I'm commuting to Minnesota and Florida. Got my real estate license. I went through stuff, dating off and on. I had a woman in my mind that I thought would be right for me, because now I'm in my early 50s. I wanted to marry a Catholic woman, believed in God, and so on. I wanted somebody that was either divorced or single or never married. I met a woman in church, Catholic church. Saw her in church, met her, and approached her and asked her out for breakfast. She was from Colombia, spoke very good English, was a dual citizen. I thought that was the one. She had a job. She had a couple licenses that she could perform a job. She had a condo. And I thought she was responsible, accountable, respectful, and kind and all that. I was attracted to her. Nice parents, Colombian parents. Didn't understand them because they spoke Spanish, basically. I respected them. They respected me. She was 8 years younger, okay? So I thought everything was looking good. We went on retreats together. We traveled a little bit. We agreed no cohabitation. I was old school, man. Asked her to marry me. She agreed. She'd never been married. We got married in 2010. We had a prenup. We went through the process. It's going to be a transaction. You got your attorney, I got my attorney. We gathered our assets and so on. And the first thing was my attorney said, "Hey, Rock, she has no assets." I said, "Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Just so I'm protected. No problem." I always thought the prenup would help me. I really did. State of Florida, by the way. I thought the prenup, owning all my assets, my home, everything was overdone when it comes down to agreements and attorneys and the law in the state of Florida on marriage, the contract. I'm loyal, I'm dedicated, I'm committed. I've never cheated. Guess what happened? We started going to couples therapy. It got really bad to the point where I didn't care. I started traveling. I met her in church, remember? I met my second wife in church. And I asked her for the divorce in church. We happened to be in church. And the Mass was finished, and we were both sitting there. And I had this word from the homily about surrender. She said, "Well, let's go." She was late, of course. We drove separate cars, because by then we weren't communicating. I said, "You know what? I think it's time that we legally separate." And she said to me, "You will kill my parents if we divorce." I just said to myself, okay, that's it. So I pull out, I start driving away, and here she's in her car in the empty parking lot crying. I thought I had everything in my mind. I got the prenup, let's get a mediator in, no attorneys, I'll make her an offer, a cash offer, and walk away. And help her get with her parents. So as I pulled away, I saw her crying, I felt bad. 2 hours later, I said, "Oh, I better call the attorney that wrote up the prenup." So I call Lenny, his name is Lenny. Yvette and I are gonna divorce. We wanna take a peek at that prenup and make sure that I'm in position, because we're gonna meet with the mediator soon. Rock, Yvette's already called me. "Oh, you're kidding me." Yeah, and I told her I can't represent her. She's got her own attorney. And I can't represent you anymore because I'm not a divorce attorney. I think, oh my God. So we met with the mediator. She threw that out. And I got a cease and desist letter from the mediator saying that she hired an attorney. They contested the prenup. We spent 7 months fighting that. I couldn't get her out of my own home. I was forewarned, be careful, and it was bad. I did not want to go to trial. She wanted to go to trial. You know why they want to go to trial? is to get that extra 25 to 50 grand. Ex-wife, number 2, had no money, so I was going to have to pay her attorney fees eventually with the state of Florida. So now, I got involved with the family, and oh, Rock, you embarrass us, you're going through divorce, oh, we liked her, and this. Pfft, nobody knows what's going on behind closed doors. I will tell you this, if you've been married 30, 40 years, you better know the rules of your state. That's when I learned, if I would have known that if I divorced, pulled the trigger before the 7th year I was married, 0 alimony, 0 discussion. And see, thank God I didn't have child support and all this other stuff. It was just money. Everything was money. You got to make sure you know the rules. I don't want to be cynical, but I will tell you this. I'm at the point in my life that I cry at weddings, not at funerals. So here's my advice. If you could settle, that's the best thing to do. Don't go to trial, because it's just going to get messed up. And you will file bankruptcy. This is where I'm saying God gave me the opportunity to get out of marriages and just pay the money. Walk away from all the emotional drama and the bullshit. Just accept it. The second wife, I haven't seen her since I gave her a check 3 years ago. No thank you, no nothing. Except, here's my wire instructions. It is a business. Marriage is a business with the state. Shame on me. So, I'm going to finish this up. When people ask me, and they have, Rock, what's your recommendation? These are usually younger people looking at marriage for the first time, second time, third time, whatever. If they ask me for advice, first of all, they're not going to ask me for marriage. But Rock, how to protect myself just in case, okay? Number 1, do a background check on your to-be spouse. Here's why I say that. During my discovery of my second divorce, we discovered bankruptcy in her past, foreclosure in her past, lawsuits with the county, did not file her taxes correctly with my name on it. I had to go through issues with the IRS, and lies, deceit, betrayal. Don't forget, you got the attorneys involved. And the prenup was all a lie. They contested it, that I never signed it. Even though we had witnesses in the Catholic Church, don't give a shit. They're exempt from the state. People say, well, Rock, didn't the prenup? No. Because the cost of fighting it and fighting for justice and righteousness would have cost me another at least $100,000 to get a yes or a no. That's how risky it is. Not only do you get a background check on your future spouse, number 2, you get a background check on the family. Because you're going to find shit behind the scenes. And that's how they were brought up. You're going to find out, like, it's a title search. It's a private investigator. It's a lot cheaper and find out before the marriage. A prenup? I don't know. But I will tell you this. If they balk at a prenup, walk away. Walk away. Now, why did my second wife not contest or not object to a prenup? She had nothing. She had nothing. It was probably a plan. By the way, later on, her last joint tax return, you always have your category of what you do. She changed hers from consultant to homemaker. Homemaker. Well, guess what? It could be happening in your home, and you don't even know it. So you better pay attention. It's harsh, but I'm letting you know. This is the real world out there.